दैवीं गुणमयीं विभुः यदृच्छैवोपगताम् अभ्यपद्यत लीलया स एष प्रकृतिं सूक्ष्मां दैवीं गुणमयीं विभुः यदृच्छैवोपगताम् अभ्यपद्यत लीलया. Word to word translation. Sa Eshaha, that same Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prakritim, material energy. Sukshmam, subtle. Daivim, related to Vishnu. Gunamayim, invested with the three modes of material nature. Vibhuhu, the greatest of the great. Yadruchaya, of his own will. Iva, quite. Upagatam, obtained. Abhyapadyata, he accepted. Leelaya, as his pastime. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. As his pastime, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, the greatest of the great, accepted the subtle material energy which is invested with three material modes of nature and which is related with Vishnu. Purport. In this verse, the word Gunamayim is very significant. Daivim means the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and Gunamayim means invested with the three modes of material nature. When the material energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears, this Gunamayim energy acts as a manifestation of the energies of the three modes. It acts as a covering. The energy emanated from the Supreme Personality of Godhead manifests in two ways: as an emanation from the Supreme Lord and as a covering of the Lord's face. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that because the whole world is illusioned by the three modes of material nature, the common conditioned soul being covered by such energy cannot see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The example of a cloud is very nicely given. All of a sudden, there may appear a big cloud in the sky. This cloud is perceived in two ways. To the sun, the cloud is a creation of its energy. But to the ordinary common man, in the conditioned state, it is a covering to the eyes. Because of the cloud, the sun cannot be seen. It is not that the sun is actually covered by the cloud. Only the vision of the ordinary being is covered. Similarly, although Maya cannot cover the Supreme Lord who is beyond Maya, the material energy covers the ordinary living entities. Those conditioned souls who are covered are individual living entities. And he from whose energy Maya is created is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In another place in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the first canto, 7th chapter, it is stated that Vyasadeva, by his spiritual vision, saw the Supreme Lord and the material energy standing behind him. This indicates that material energy cannot cover the Lord, just as darkness cannot cover the sun. Darkness can cover a jurisdiction which is very insignificant in comparison to that of the sun. Darkness can cover a small cave, but not the open sky. Similarly, the covering capacity of the material energy is limited and cannot act on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is therefore called Vibhu. As the appearance of a cloud is accepted by the sun, so the appearance of the material energy at a certain interval is accepted by the Lord. Although his material energy is utilized to create the material world, this does not mean that he is covered by that energy. Those who are covered by the material energy are called conditioned souls. The Lord accepts the material energy for his material pastimes in creation, maintenance, and dissolution. But the conditioned soul is covered. He cannot understand that beyond this material energy, there is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the cause of all causes, just as a less intelligent person cannot understand that beyond the covering of the clouds, there is bright sunshine. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namavom Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Satarine Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapada Kamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakana Raghunadan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vikshakan Vitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा। This particular purport is one of the icons of Srila Prabhupada purports, because there are many purports. If we don't read the purport of Srila Prabhupada, we'll be totally confused with just the translation. Only we can understand the Supreme Lord through the bona fide spiritual Acharya. Otherwise, we'll totally speculate, wrongly interpret one of such verses. So here, if you see only the translation, as his pastime, that Supreme Personality of Godhead, the greatest of the great, accepted the subtle material energy which is invested with the three modes of material nature and which is related with Vishnu. So if the same purport, if it is some Mayavada philosophers, if they say that, see, the Lord is coming from the Jyoti, covered with the Maya, so he is an ordinary being. That's why in the Kurukshetra war, he started to bleed. He is a normal person. Like that they will interpret. But not the fact. If you read the purport, very nicely this cloud analogy. So here what we can understand is Supreme Lord will have energy. His energy, either it is Yogamaya or Mahamaya, whatever it is. So it is emanated from the Supreme Lord. Though it is an emanation, some part, in some interval, it will become a cloud, so that whoever doesn't want to see, is not eligible to see the Supreme Lord, they will be covered with this cloud. That cloud is called as Maya. Mahamaya. So, because we are conditioned, we cannot have the eligibility to see the supremacy of the Lord. And we cannot accept, we don't want. So, if we don't want to agree the supremacy, we are thinking that if as long as we are great, then that cloud will cover us. It's like a cataract to our eyes. So the object is very clear, but we cannot see it clearly because of our diseased condition. In the same diseased condition of the eyes, because of the cataracts. So we have to clear off that cloud or cataract in order to see the Supreme Lord. How that cloud is covering us? Because the cloud is Lord's energy, which is very difficult to get rid of. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that Daivi Hesha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratyaya. So it is a Daivi Hesha, means it is Lord's energy only, Gunamayi, which is of three modes of material nature. Mama Maya Duratyaya. It is very difficult to overcome that cloud. But there is a solution. Mameva ye prapadyante mayametam tarantite. If we surrender to Krishna, that cloud will be easily removed. Otherwise, we cannot understand. We'll have a vague picture. When the eyes are with cataract, eyes are there, object is there, but we cannot have the clear vision. But in that case, a spiritual master will act as the glasses to our eyes. Then, even though we have lot of problems, unlimited diseases to our eyes, we can see the object very clearly. In the same way, if we take shelter, surrender to the Supreme Lord or His pure devotee, that means if we take the help of those glasses, we can see the Supreme Lord clearly without any speculation. That spiritual master is not the ordinary person. Our acharyas or spiritual master should be a bona fide acharya coming in the disciplic succession. So here, Lord can be understood only by this surrendering process. But many people, they will think that everything is same. Durga is same, Lord is same. But in Bhagavad Gita, in Srimad Bhagavata, it is not told like that. Bhakti yogena manasi samyak pranahite amale apasyat purusham purnam mayancha tad haitukam. So, mayancha tad apashrayam. So, when Lord created this energy, material energy, it is superior to the conditioned soul, but it is not equal or superior to the Supreme Lord. In that clearly shloka, in the first canto, 7th chapter, 5th or 6th shloka, Bhakti Yogana Manasi Samyak Pranahite Amale. So the Bhakti Yoga, only through the devotional service we can understand that the material energy, that Mayancha Apashraya, so that material energy is under the full control of the Supreme Lord. Material energy is not controlling the Supreme Lord. It is under the full control of the Supreme Lord. So we have to refer these based on these most authoritative shlokas. We should accept it. Maya is under the control of the Supreme Lord, but it is above us because we are not surrendered. The minute if we surrender to the Supreme Lord, easily we can understand that Maya is under the control of the Supreme Lord. That's why without understanding properly, Kamaistaistar Hritagnana Prapadyante Anya Devataha. So with so many material desires, people are unnecessarily approaching these various demigods, but they don't know that all these demigods are under the supervision of the Supreme Lord. Only if Supreme Lord grants sanctions, like those so many government employees are there, but ultimately the minister has to approve it. If the minister doesn't approve it, these so-called government employees, officials, they cannot pass on these signed documents. The higher officials should approve. So in the same way, as long as there are three causes: initiating cause, sanctioning cause, and facilitating cause. Initiating cause is the soul, the conditioned living entity. The sanctioning cause is the Supreme Lord, Paramatma. And when the Paramatma sanctions, then only the material energy facilitates. So facilitator only the material energy. Always, even it is positive result or negative result, we are whole responsible because we are the initiating causes. We are the desirers. We want to have that so-called enjoyment. That's why Paramatma sanctioned and we are placed here. Material energy facilitates us to have that so-called enjoyment here. That's why, because of this conditioned state, we are not able to understand. But in Srimad Bhagavatam, that shloka said, Bhakti Yogena Manasi, Samyak Pranahite Amale. So by Bhakti Yoga, we can become Amala, we can become pure. Then we can have the clarity of all these. So when Krishna was there, Sakshat, in this planet, in this Bhuvar Vrindavana, Bhuvar Vraj Loka, the similar incident happened. So, Lord is so merciful, He sent His scriptures, He sent His pure devotees to convey this message. And sometimes He comes and personally acts in the form of pastimes and will explain. Exactly the same situation happened when in Vrindavana, one time Nanda Baba and all the Vrajvasis are trying to please the Indra for the rains. Then Krishna was so surprised. What is going on? I am here, the Supreme Lord. Why these people are unnecessarily wasting their time, energy, resources, everything? Then there was a lot of yajna preparations, everything. Everyone is so busy with making a lot of preparations. Then Krishna went and told, Nanda Baba, why are you doing all this? Then Nanda Baba explained, we need rains for the crops, for the cultivation. So for getting nice yield, grains. So we need to please, this is every season we will make this, every time for getting the rains, we will please the Lord King Indra, and he will be satisfied. He will give us rains in proper time so that we all will be happy. Then Krishna said that Krishna did not approve this. That's what Kama is Hritagnana. So when the knowledge is deprived, so can we say that Nanda Baba is not knowledgeable? No, this is all the pastime depicted. This is all the drama. Krishna is the creator, director, everything, and all his confidential associates like Nanda Baba, Yashoda Maya, Vrajvasis, they're all playing their parts to teach us. So Krishna said that it is not required to do the sacrifice separately for the demigods, and first, for that reason only, Nanda Baba didn't want to explain all this, why they are doing sacrifice, because they are thinking that Krishna is a small boy, he cannot understand, he will ask so many questions. So like that. But again and again, when Krishna asked, please tell me, you cannot hide. So I will also understand what you are all doing. So that without understanding how I can participate. So he was asking. When he was keep on asking, then Nanda Baba started explaining. Then after hearing that, so if we please the demigods only, these people are thinking that they will get all rains, everything will be satisfactory, they will be benefited, they will be happy. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha, they are Chatur Purusharthas. They are thinking like that. Then he started explaining Karma Mimamsa philosophy. See, my dear Lal Baba, everyone is destined as long as they are doing their religious duties, means their varnashramas duties, they will get what they are supposed to get. So according to the karma only it is delivered. Even you don't separately please the Supreme Lord, you will get your share, whatever you need to get. So it is the duty of the demigods to perform their duties also and provide accordingly to all the living entities. So for that, you don't need to separately endeavor. Instead, our Govardhan Hill is so beneficial if we worship Govardhan Hill, because it is providing lot of grass to pasture for the pasturing of the cows, and it is providing a nice delicious fruits. It is providing a pleasant atmosphere for all of us. So if you worship Govardhan Hill, it is much beneficial for all our Vrajvasis. Then they were so scared initially. They could not dare. So they are so fearful of Indra. Then he was again and again explaining. Then Nanda Baba said that, okay, we will do one thing. Let us finish this Indra Puja. Then again we will prepare all these more stuff than this, and we will do Govardhan Puja. Then that also Krishna is not at all approving. It will take lot of time to do separately for Govardhan Puja. Why to waste that much time? Let's use all these ingredients, all these preparations for Govardhan Puja. Then he was, it's not easy. Krishna put all his efforts to convince all these Vrajavasis. Again and again he was telling, convincing. Then Vrajavasis said, that's why Srimad Bhagavatam is saying that Yasyam vai shruyamanaya Krishne paramapurushe bhaktirutpatyate pumsaha shokamoha bhayapaha. So they all Yasyam vai shruyamanaya Krishne paramapurushe. They all heard from Krishna. They listened and they got finally convinced. So they started doing Govardhan Puja instead of Indra Puja. So they were so happy. Okay, let's fine. Why not? For this time alone, we will listen to our Lala, and we will move all this stuff to Govardhan Ji. And they, with all their hearts, they worshipped Govardhan Hill, and they circumambulated Giriraj. They were singing songs, doing artis. They offered all these nice preparations, thousands of preparations. Then Giriraj is so happy, so pleased. Then Krishna himself became a huge Govardhan form, and he expressed personally, I'm so satisfied with whatever you have done today. And whoever neglects my Govardhan worship and whoever ignores my instructions, they will not be happy. So take to the hearts this worship and perform. Even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended this Govardhan worship. Yesterday, our ICNG also celebrated very nicely. Yes, that's how even Srila Prabhupada also wanted to have in all his temples, not only, especially in Vrindavan, whoever is reciting near Vrindavan, near Govardhan Hill, they have to follow. They have to distribute sumptuous prasadam to all the Vrajavasis, and thus please Govardhanji. If Govardhanji is pleased, Krishna said that he is not different from Govardhanji, and Krishna will be very much pleased. So that's why they will celebrate Annakud ceremony. The Lord will be so happy, and even how much ever we feed, he will ask still, Aniyor, Aniyor. So there is a wonderful pastime. Similar happened in Mayapur Dham. One time in Mayapur Dham, Rajapur Jagannath Mandir is there. So in that there is a big Giriraji also. So Govardhan Shila, earlier Rajapur Jagannath Mandir is a little far from the Radha Madhava Sakhi temple. That's Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir. So the bhoga has to be taken from this temple only, main temple only. So they used to carry one big plate all together for Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra and Govardhanji. So after a few days, Brahmana, that Pujari, used to have some strange dream that Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra are walking towards Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir because they are hungry, they want to have bhoga, so they are walking. The Pujari priest is not understanding why this kind of dream he is having. Then he did not say anything, he was just continuing his seva. Then continuously it is coming, and Baladevji could not tolerate. Oh, you are offering only one plate and nothing is left for us. This Govardhanji is swallowing everything and we are we are kept hungry, and every day we have to walk for bhoga till the main temple of that Radha Madhava Astasakhi Mandir, wherever it is. Then this Pujari was so scared. Now, what to do? This is it seems it's a real problem. Then he went and said to the head priest in Mayapur Chandrodaya Mandir. Then they went to and asked this Maharaj. Then Maharaj said that, okay, we have to deal. This is the men Israel issue between the gods itself, or supreme lords itself. If we don't handle this situation very carefully, it's a big chaos. Then, okay, let us try in this way and see if the problem will be solved. Let's keep two plates. Instead of one big plate, you keep a separate offering for Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadraji and one separate plate for Girirajji. Then the pujari did like that. With his great fortune, next time onwards, he did not have that dream. So like that, he's always wants to have more and more. So with love and devotion, if we offer, there are so many pastimes like this, especially in Rajapur Jagannath Mandir only. The deities are so reciprocative. Never miss this. At least once in a lifetime, we have to visit this Rajapur Jagannath Mandir. There is a nice, beautiful Lord Shiva also, and Girirajji. So Simantini, Mother Simantini. So like that. So if we want to understand the Supreme Lord, by our own endeavors, we cannot understand anything. We have to follow the acharyas, then only we can serve the Supreme Lord. Otherwise, we will do mess, and we will do offenses. And also in Bhagavad Gita, it is said that endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular demigod and obtains his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. And Krishna said that when Nanda Baba and all Vrajavasis heard Krishna, what happened? Yasyam Struyam Anaya Krishna Paramapurushe Bhaktirutpatyate Pumsaha Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. Though when they did Govardhan worship, even though King Indra was so angry and showered thunderstorms, heavy rainfall, but initially they were scared. But what happened? Krishna protected them. So Bhaktirutpatyate Pumsaha Shoka Moha Bhayapaha. Even lamentation, fears, everything will be taken care by Krishna. Just like these Vrajavasis, even though they were so fearful by the actions of King Indra, they were all taken care, they were all protected by Krishna. Even in some critical situations, even though we cannot surrender to Krishna and approaching the demigods, it's not required. Just be surrendered to Krishna, listen to Krishna, and if we follow his instructions, all fears, lamentations will be removed by Krishna, just as these Vrajavasis are protected. So on this auspicious occasion of Govardhan Puja Day, let's all offer our humble obeisances to Govardhanji and Krishna and all the acharyas. With this, I will conclude. If there are any questions or comments, please post in Nityam Bhagavat Seryakram.
Thank you very much. I'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. A very auspicious day of Govardhan Puja Day. Day after the coronation of Lord Ramachandra is also celebrated as a new year in many parts of India, including Gujarat. So we wish everybody a happy new year, Sal Mubarak. We'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Narsingho, Jai Narsingho, Jai Jai Narsingho, Kalladesha, Jaya Padma Bhenga. Ugravira Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatamukam Narsingam Visharam Bhadram Nityam Namiham. Narsingha Bhagwan ki Jai, Prahlad Raj ki Jai. Upper our humble obeisances. To all the assembled devotees of the Lord, Vancha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Gaur Premanande.
Hari Hari Bol. Thank you, Kalindi Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.